Number 6 now, we got your Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm a little anxious about the season only because they haven't really made a lot of moves. They basically signed their picks and then haven't really done much else.
Yep.
The biggest problems I think they're going to have is, well, their wide receiver core is all very young, including like Mike Wallace.
Except for Hines Ward.
Except for Hines Ward. But their number 3, 4, and 1 receivers are all under like 25, I think.
Mhm.
They're all 24 or younger.
They're fast.
And they're all fast and strong. So if Ben can have a good season, move outside the pocket, if they can get that deep ball working, and the defense is going to play well. The secondary, the cornerbacks is the only issue for them, I think, on the defense. Last year, that was their problem.
And I think they have arguably one of the best linebacker cores in the game, maybe second to the Green Bay
Lamar
Packers.
Woodley, all those guys.
James Harrison.
Very good team. If the offense can play well, if they can get the running game going, and the secondary working together, I think they'll again be close to the Super Bowl, if not in it.
Oh,
I'm
looking like a true fan.
saying.
I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
Number 7, we got the
the
New Orleans Saints, and now they let go of Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush is taking his talents to South Beach. He's now a Miami Dolphin. But with the 25th pick, they drafted Mark Ingram, a big physical back. Won the Heisman a couple of years ago. I think he's going to have a great season. I think he's an NFL back. And I think people don't think he will, but I think he's going to have an excellent season. How do you feel about that?
I agree with you. I think he is a little understated. I think that he can do better than most people might think he can do. He'll only get bigger and stronger in the NFL with them. So, if he gets that, sounds like I told you so. If they can. See, the only problem last year was the offense had that one great season, didn't keep it up the next season, and then their defense didn't help them out as much as they should have. The problem again, if they can get the offense
I think they'll get
2 years ago, like it was 2 years ago, they'll be
The
stellar.
thing is, Drew Brees is an excellent team leader. So, I mean, I think they're going to easily
It's going to be
rally
interesting
around
to see how that division goes.
It'll be
Because-
interesting with the Saints and the Falcons. I think you can even say the Buccaneers are an up-and-coming team.
Yeah.
The Panthers, well,
No.
good luck
Never
Cam
mind.
Newton.
They're
Good
not in the
luck,
top
yeah.
10.
Good luck Cam Newton.
So over to the number 8 team we had, which was the Baltimore Ravens, which I agree you could even put them higher.
Yeah, I think so.
They, like I said, they're all interchangeable.
Joe Flacco's only getting older. He's becoming a
getting
better
better.
quarterback.
Yep.
He lost Derek Mason, but he's still got some weapons out there
How
to
much
throw
as
to.
I hate to say it, you always got to be afraid of them with a defense as good as theirs. And, again, if Flacco can be consistent, which he's started to do more of,
Yeah.
if he can be consistent and the offense can put up, I think an average of mid-20 points a game, just like 3 touchdowns,
Yeah.
I think if they can get 20-plus points, their defense can allow them to get a very good record.
Oh, yeah. They're one of the best, one of the smartest defenses in the NFL. They're always good, but
They
they're
have
hard
that
hitting.
perfect mix of, you got like the Ed Reed, the veterans, and then you have those
Ray
younger
Lewis.
guys.
Mhm.
They re-sign some of their defensive tackles and their defensive ends. So
I mean, I think they can only go up. And I think it'll be a good race between them and the Steelers.
yep,
It's
for
just
that
their
division.
problem is they can never put the pieces together in the
It's
playoffs.
those big moments.
Mhm.
Like you saw, like one play defines the difference between the Steelers and the Ravens in that division. Like you saw in the playoffs when Palomelo jumped over and caused Flacco to fumble the ball. Stuff like that. And I'm not trying to the Steelers' horn. It's the big moments that have let them
But-
down. They haven't seized them.
This is Flacco's 4th season. Give him some flack.
Yeah, and they got a good young coach.
Mhm.
Harbaugh has done a very good job there since he's been.
Let's hope his brother does the same in San Francisco.
Right? I think he will.
No, me too.
I
I
think
think
San Fran
I have
have a
San
good
Fran
year.
winning the NL West. NFC
Rams.
West.
I really want to see that. That'll be a good division with
I
the
think-
Rams and the.
I think
the
Cobb
Cardinals
is
and the
overrated.
Seahawks.
Kevin Cobb very overrated.
I do too.
And Seahawks
Sorry,
they signed
Cobb.
Matt Leinart and Tavares Jackson. Tough QB battle there. All right, but at
What a
number
jerk. Who's your quarterback?
Yeah, Alex Smith. He's gonna have a good
Anyways,
year. Anyway,
who's that?
oh shut up.
Over to number 9, we have the
Indianapolis
Indianapolis
Colts,
Colts.
and I think it's one reason. 2 words. Peyton Manning.
2 names.
2 words.
I don't think they're words.
Whatever.
Can they be a word?
Shut up. I think you could argue. I think he is
Well,
the
their
best
divisions-
quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, best quarterback in NFL history. I said it.
Arguable. The only
No.
problem, the only thing that's going for them is their division sucks. No offense,
Wow.
to all you AFC
Well,
South fans, but the Jaguars.
Jaguars actually, David Garrard's went on the. He's injured with the back injury,
I
which
know.
means
the Texans with their offense
Gabbard's starting.
is the only threat in that entire division.
yeah, Arian Foster, Steve Smith.
No, I mean no offense to
Or
the
not Steve
division.
Smith, Andre
You know,
Johnson.
I think Texans offense is the only threat to anything.
That
in
shot,
that division.
but their
Yeah.
defense is awful.
It is.
So-
That's why I'm saying Houston's
Titans-
off. It's Indianapolis Colts in first place, and then Houston's offense in second place, and the rest of the.
No,
That's
I think if Garrard gets back from the back injury,
I think he's
healthy.
too old, man.
You think so? So
I think he's done.
does that mean Gabbert's going to be just thrust into a starting position?
He shouldn't. I think it'll be unfortunate if they do. I think they're gonna have to waste the season. They're gonna have to take their losses and develop him, or else they're gonna rush him into a system he's not gonna be ready for, and he's gonna end up,
Like Alex Smith.
yeah.
All right, number 10. This was a hard pick because there's a lot of teams that could fit in this, but I went with the New York Giants. I think Eli Manning down in New York's got one of the best receiving corps with Hakeem Nicks, Mario Manningham, Steve Smith. They always have a solid defense, although Prince Amukamara broke his left foot. He fractured
Yeah.
a bone in it, so he's out for 2 months.
Which
But
is,
they have depth at the cornerback position, so it's not the end of the world. They got
Mhm.
Justin Tuck. O.C. Renora might be
Webster.
traded. So that's a whole other situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, they re-signed Ahmad Bradshaw, and Eli's just gotta be more comfortable in the pocket. His biggest problem is in one game, he can go from
great.
great to a flop in one, or he can go vice versa. But
He's got like he plays head games with himself, and it's like just inconsistent, but not from game to game,
Mhm.
from play to play.
from quarter to quarter, he's
And
a
that's-
different player.
And that can be even a problem. And he could have like 3 great games, and then halfway through the 4th game, it's just off.
Mhm.
And that's even worse because you never know what's gonna happen with that offense.
Exactly.
But I think 10's always the hardest one to pick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think I love the coach. At the Buccaneers now.
Oh yeah.
That young guy, what's his name? Do you remember? Oh, I feel
Not
really
off the top
bad.
of my head.
Yeah, but
It's
I love what he's gonna do, and they picked up some players. I
But
think
they're
I don't think they're
in
gonna be the
such a
10th
hard
best team. I'm
division.
just saying, they are in a hard division. I think the Bucks. Actually,
my sleeper team is the Detroit Lions. I see them coming in second in the NFC
I see
North.
you have. Folks, I didn't take a look at this before we did this. Kind of ad-libbing here, but San Diego in second in the West.
Yep, I have the Oakland Raiders.
I think the Raiders. I would love for the Raiders to finish
I think
first.
they got a good young quarterback.
I hate.
Philip
Sorry,
Rivers.
I don't think we're supposed to be biased. I don't like them.
No,
I don't like the Chargers.
the thing is, the Chargers
They're
always
too
get off
stuck
to
up at one point.
a slow start. I mean,
He's like some ridiculous 20-1 in November and on. It's ridiculous. They only lose in the playoffs or if they don't make the playoffs, and that's about it. That's all they lose in the second half of the season. Too bad they go 0-8 every year.
no, I know. So, and I think the Raiders are an up-and-coming team. I love Darren McFadden. He's turning into a great back, a very versatile back. Their defense is very underrated, and I just think they're
What do you
becoming
think,
a more complete team. And I
What do
see
you think
them
about the
taking
quarterback situation? You like what they have down there or no?
Yeah, I believe it's Jason Campbell.
Yep, it is Jason
and
Campbell.
I think he's an up and coming back. So,
Young,
or quarterback.
Young. It was unfortunate the way it happened at the Redskins for him. Being kind of kicked out when they got Donovan. But if they can play well, and Tom Cable, for all his faults, didn't do a bad job at all last year. They got that off. They had problems off the field with him and another coach. Now that that's settled in, I'm glad they kept him because teams that change coaches go nowhere.
Exactly.
And the biggest story, I think, non-good teams is Cincinnati Bengals and the way they handled
Carson Palmer.
I hate to get off this top 10 thing, but that just
Here's
upsets me.
for a preseason opener, starting quarterback, Andy Dalton, rookie from TCU.
And I hate that too, because it would have been so valuable for him to have come up under
A great
a
quarterback,
good quarterback like
Carson
Carson Palmer, but the Cincinnati management, just
They
totally
blew that.
I was angry that they're just gonna make this man retire. That's so ridiculous.
How do you feel about Tebow, second string? I think that's where he belongs. I think Orton's a better quarterback in Denver.
I think Orton's a better quarterback
He
now,
deserves a start.
and
He probably will be in the future.
you think he should start right now?
Not Tebow, I think Orton should. I think Orton should have been
Oh,
the starter
yeah.
from the beginning. I don't think there should have been any
You
controversy
you
at
just
all.
said, oh, you mean that they actually had to go through like competition?
Yeah, they shouldn't
Yeah,
have
no,
had to. I
Orton's the better quarterback now, and I think that's not unquestionable. But for the most part, I mean, the only thing he's not as good as is athleticism.
Mhm.
You know, better thrower, better decision maker. Tebow needs to just wait and relax, and he'll have his time. And the more he waits, and the more
Better he gets.
experience with a good quarterback like Kyle Orton, the better he's gonna be.
The thing is, they're looking at the big problem as their offense with their quarterback situation, but really it's their defense.
Defense was 32nd last
Yeah,
year.
they're awful. But my
And they're not
sleepers-
gonna win in their division, unfortunately.
No.
Which you know isn't.
I think you could argue Matt Castle could lead the Chiefs back to another division title, maybe.
I root for Cat.
But my sleeper team this year, NFC North, the Detroit Lions.
You think so?
I think they're going to go at least 8-8, if not better. I think Matt Stafford's going to turn around. He's going to stay healthy. He's going to have a big year. Starting with Calvin Johnson. He's got Javid Best, Brandon Pettigrew. And then I think
I'm excited.
they might have the best defensive line in the NFL. With
Well, you're
Ndamukong Suh and Nick Fairley from Auburn.
Yeah.
I mean, Suh's going to take all the pressure off Fairley. I think Fairley's going to have a huge season, potentially Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Well, defensive.
Defense, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be and they have they have the perfect thing. Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings, both in the decline. Detroit's on the uprise. Green Bay's not gonna waver in first place. They're not gonna beat Green Bay, but. I think the only other sleeper teams I would say teams that are gonna improve a lot.
Yeah.
I think I like the way. I mean, being a Steelers fan, you shouldn't say this, but I like the way the Browns finished last year. I know you think they're still like garbage, but I
No.
don't know. I think that they might finish above Cincinnati,
It'll
and
be
I
interesting
also
to see what Colt McCoy can do.
I also like
those.
I also want to see what the Rams do. I'm really interested to see what happens there.
I'm interested too. I think that you can count the Cardinals and
I don't
Seahawks
think-
out right now.
I don't know if they're gonna win, but I mean, if it happens like last season, 8-8 wins the
7-9.
7-9 wins the division, then
Hey, I'm excited for Harbaugh. I'm not just because I'm a 49ers fan, but Jim Harbaugh, 13-1 in Stanford last year. He's coming to the
And
49ers.
I think Bradford's a great quarterback, even after only playing 1 year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he did great
It's
last
just
year.
do you have the weapons in the defense?
Absolutely not to win the division. I don't think they should, but I think in the future they could have something dangerous if they play their cards right.
I think the 49ers, not being biased, they have the best defense led by Patrick Willis, and they picked up Braylon Edwards. They really strengthened their receiving core.
They should win the division.
They
but never
Yeah.
works out like that.
All right, well, we wasted enough of your time. Just kidding. But for Inside Sports, I'm Sean Qualishin,
I'm Nick Dietz.
and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.